Hi, I'm Bob from Eye of the Needle Winery. Thanks for joining me today. We're going to do another Bob's Blurb for you. Today what we're going to talk about are wine labels, what they tell us and what they don't tell us. There's a tremendous amount of information that you can find on a wine label, and as you can see there's all kinds of different sizes and shapes of labels. As a winery, in order for us to put a label on a bottle, everything has to be approved by the TTB. That's a government arm that says what we can and can't do and what is necessary for the protection of the public. There are 6 mandatory items that are required on a wine label. The first one is the alcohol percentage. That has to be on there. How much wine is in the bottle? And it's basically done in milliliters. So a standard wine bottle is 750 milliliters. A half bottle is 375 milliliters. Another thing is the origin of the wine, or an AVA. Is it Columbia Valley? Is it from Walla Walla? Another thing is the varietal. Is it a varietal, i.e. Viognier, Chenin Blanc, Cabernet Merlot? Or is it a blend which makes it red wine or red table wine? Regardless, that must be on the label. So white wine would be the same. White wine, or it would be Chardonnay. If it says Cabernet, or Merlot, or Malbec, or Syrah, it means that 75% of the wine in this bottle has to be the name. This is our Merlot. It is 90% Merlot, 5% Cab, and 5% Petit Verdot. We put on the back of our label what exactly is in every bottle. We don't have to do that. So understand that if you're drinking a bottle of wine that says Cab and it doesn't say anything else on the back, it could be 100% Cab, or it could also be a blend. The design and the shapes of labels is very important, and they have to fit the label. This is our 10th anniversary wine. It's a blend of 6 varietals, by the way. It's pretty spectacular. As you can see, it's more of a wraparound label. It goes almost all the way completely around the bottle. Then on our Moments Rosé, this is a blend of Cabernet Sauvignon and Cabernet Franc, 100% Red Mountain. Most people say, who uses Red Mountain fruit to make rosé? Well, we do. Anyhow, it just is a different style of label. When we're looking at doing labels, part of what we're trying to do is, okay, what makes us stand up on the shelf as opposed to all the other 35 bottles of rosé that might be out there? We are required as well that the alcohol content has to be a minimum size text for the protection of the consumer. European wines don't necessarily follow the same guidelines that we do, but they will require what the US needs for them to market in this area. For instance, German wines. There's a wine called Hattenheimer Schützenhaus. So Hattenheimer is the town and Schützenhaus is the vineyard. So there's key parts of labels that hold little secrets. On the back of this wine, it says on here that this wine is cellared and bottled by Eye of the Needle Winery. On the back of this rosé label, it says produced and bottled by Eye of the Needle Winery. That's a key thing for you to know. Produced and bottled by means that we took fruit, fermented it in our space, and labeled it as our rosé. Cellared and bottled by means that the wine that's in this bottle, or a percentage of it, was produced by another winemaker, and we bought it and used it in our blends. So if you want to know the real story about what's in the bottle, the label tells the story. They can be different sizes, shapes, and forms, but they must have the minimum 6 requirements that guide us by the TTB for protection. Another one is contains sulfites. If there are sulfites in the wine, sulfites, by the way, keeps bacteria at bay. That's how you can keep wine in barrels and in tanks and things for a long period of time, because sulfites will keep bacteria at bay. The other one on here is the government warning. Consuming alcohol while you're pregnant can cause a problem. Consuming too much alcohol can definitely cause you some problems if you're drinking. So pay attention to your labels out there. You'll find that you'll find a lot of hidden information if you spend some time and look at it and figure out where to look. So let's talk about our Merlot. This Merlot is 90% Merlot, 5% Cab, and 5% Petit Verdot. It is a gold medal winner from the San Francisco Chronicle this past year. Limited production, 2 barrels, right around 50 cases. It stands pretty good on its own, but it is part of the symphony that goes in with the Cab and the Franc and the Malbec and the Verdot. Great varietal. It's absolutely delicious, and for whatever kind of thing you've got coming up that's going to require red meat, this is actually a wine that's a win for it. It's beautiful. So I would say come on in, give it a try. It's on our tasting list for the rest of June, and come back and see what Merlot is all about. This is Bob from Eye of the Needle Winery. Thanks for joining us, and if there's something that you want me to talk about, just send us an email and we'll see what we can do. Cheers, everybody.